What is your favorite movie of all time and why? And again, I am a merciful interviewer. If you can't do just one, top three, but you also have to say why.
The movie that I think got me into movies was probably The Empire Strikes Back, actually. It's just what I grew up on. And I remember the re-release very vividly, being that I'm 36 here. So it's just, these are all just times when I was just really starting to get into movies. And Star Wars was just, specifically The Empire Strikes Back, just hit all the notes of mixed music with special effects, with acting, with story. And we have this product. It wasn't just one thing is great. They all were great. And so that's why that movie really sticks out to me as just this, probably my favorite movie. I think it's fair to say. But it is almost like choosing a favorite song. It's impossible if you really, really, try and get down to it. So I'll also throw out, like, I'm a huge fan of, here's my pretentious answer, maybe, but I really love Mulholland Drive by David Lynch. I just think it's, again, just like no one could make it but him. And I feel like his vision is so clearly seen through with that whole film. And it taps on themes that I really relate to just because I'm an actor, and a lot of those insecurities that the actors are going through in that film just like feel very real. And so I'm a big fan of that movie as well. But it's almost an impossible question. I could talk about all the big movies that I love and then also smaller movies that I've seen too. But maybe I'll just stop there by giving you the big answer and then my film snob answer, I'll say.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And since you've already got two, let's go for a third. What's your favorite like popcorn movie?
Oh, there you go. That's a great question. The one that I can just like throw on, I would probably have to go with, honestly, it might be a Disney movie, believe it or not, like
Go
from
for
their
it.
golden era of the animation. I find them like impeccably crafted as well. And I grew up with them. So I might actually say something like either like The Lion King, something like Hercules. Those movies mean a lot to me, even though, yeah, they're the kids' movies. I'm not unaware, but like I can throw them on like with my family or my friends, have a great time watching that era of the animated Disney movies.
A good movie is a good movie. It doesn't matter who the target audience was, as long as you enjoy it. That's what
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
you already did a better job of keeping it to three than one of my other interview subjects, Alan Hammock, did. When I asked the question, he said, I know you wanted no more than three, but I have a list of 11, and then busted out a list of 11. Now, he used to be a film critic, so maybe it was an impossible question for him, but come on, man. 11.
Come on, 11. Look, I'll give you five. No.
That was fun. No, those are all good choices. As I've touched on, that my favorite movie of all time, it's tied between The Man Who Killed Don Quixote or Gilliam's Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And I've already mentioned that before, so the audience won't get anything new out of that. But I do want to highlight a movie that I don't think gets enough credit. It gets some credit, but I don't think it gets enough credit, of creating a unique vision, a unique world, a different place, a different set of rules, and a different feeling. And that's Ridley Scott's Legend. That
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
holy
Tom
crap.
Cruise. Yeah.
I've recently rewatched it, like within the past year, and I watched both the Tangerine Dream soundtrack version and the director's cut version. And I wish I could merge the two, because the director's cut added so much new material that I'm like, oh, this is a different movie.
Mm.
Whereas the Tangerine Dream, which is the cinematic release version, is like a speed run of this, and you miss so much. But I like the soundtrack better over here, and I like the ending better over here than here. But he set out to create a whole different world, a new fairy tale, and he nailed that thing.
Yeah.
So that's my recommendation for this video to our dear, dear friends. If you haven't seen Legend or haven't seen it in a while, do it. Tim Curry alone will make you glad that you watched it. You might have a hard time spotting him, but when you hear his voice, you'll know exactly which role he's playing.
Wild to think that came right off of Alien as well. Like he was in a creative
On
state
fire.
there. Yeah.
All
It's pretty wild.
cylinders.
Yeah,
As
all
hard as
cylinders.
they
That's the
could
perfect way to
go.
put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I think it was either also before that or just after that, he also did Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
It's all in that zone. Yeah.
Ah.
It's pretty wild.
But speaking of Blade Runner, to tack back just a second to the actor thing, I'm low-key thinking that Ryan Gosling might make his way into my favorite actor, because he has the best taste in roles and he keeps landing them. And I used to think he didn't have any range, but my wife told me, no, no, he's Canadian and he's subtle. And the more I watched him, I realized, oh, he is subtle and he continues to wow me. And as Ken, I don't think you could have cast a better person. He stole that whole movie.
He did. He
It
did.
was an excellent movie, but he stole that freaking thing. So Ryan Gosling, yeah.
Watching his journey has been fascinating too. I remember him, he was kind of doing these indie weird movies like Lars and the Real Girl. I remember that era of Ryan
Only
Gosling,
God
but
Forgives, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. But he came from The Notebook, which was this, that, I mean, every millennial has made out to that movie. So it's like, that's where he like came from. And it's like, now he's kind of found it's where a big studio picture and art kind of meet, because I feel like he does really bring a lot of himself and take these roles very seriously, choose the projects very, very specifically and intentionally. But these are big movies that he's in now, you know. So it's cool to watch his journey. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact that he likes interesting movies, and I got the feeling he can make a movie get made, gives me some heart that there's going to be more interesting stuff coming out the wire. Hopefully he'll use his clout to do that.